Otis, what's up, man?
So, for the record, I'm a Calvinist. I'm a Reformed Anglican. That's my perspective I'm coming from. I'm very much aware of your criticisms of Calvinism, and about the whole what was it again? How you say, well, total depravity means that we can't know if we're elect and so on. So I understand a lot of your criticisms. Um, but
I mean, that's a very minor criticism. The
well, yeah, oh
majority of my
yeah, I know.
criticisms
Yeah,
are
yeah. I
a
mean,
major,
I know
hold
it.
on,
Well,
some of
it's
those.
one of them, and I know there are like other things you think are
Okay, well,
internal contradictions.
The majority are Christological. So
Yeah.
maybe if you want to debate that, you could
Well,
address those.
I just had a question, if that's fine, just one question about the Eastern Orthodox position.
Okay.
Yeah, so obviously, you used to be a Calvinist. You at least know what we think is comforting about Calvinism, right? Like we think that because we're elect, we're in God's hands, and salvation doesn't depend on us, and so on. And so, at least to maybe the everyday person, people can understand what the comfort is in Calvinism, with unconditional election in particular. Even if you think it doesn't make sense, I get that, but you can see how there is a comfort there. How do you? Because the way I understand it, and if you want to just say, well, my interpretation's wrong, that's fine. St. Paul talks of predestination as a comfort in Scripture, and I just don't understand how that makes sense if you don't hold on to conditional election. Is there any comfort in predestination for the Eastern Orthodox or not?
Well, I mean, comfort in the sense of we view predestination in those passages as primarily dealing with collectives. And
Yeah.
so if you look at even the statement in Romans 9 about Jacob and Esau, if you go back and read it in the original passage, it's talking about the nations.
Mm,
And so when Paul writes to the Ephesians, for example, he calls the entire visible church at Ephesus the predestined. He does
yeah.
not single it out for the invisible church.
Okay. So would you say that there's any comfort we can derive as individual Christians or no?
Absolutely, that's what the sacraments are there for,
Okay.
is to actually provide that comfort and that assurance and that
Well, I mean specifically for predestination. Like, I obviously sacraments of they reassure us.
Well, but again, I mean, I could even say with the Augustinian position that, like Augustine said, even if the final persevering elect are the real true quote predestined, we don't know who has that, and we don't. In other words, we don't know who has the gift of perseverance. So, for example, even the Augustinian model refutes that idea because he believes in a collective predestining, so to speak, to grace,
Hmm.
but that doesn't ensure that you have the gift of perseverance because many fall away and apostatize.
All right. Thank you then. Have a nice one.